Mitch, what is it about Andrew Bynum that makes you feel like he may be that piece to get you guys over the hump, so to speak?
Well, Andrew is a true center. Pau Gasol played center for us, but he's not a true center. He's not built to defend, true, centers in this league. Nor is he really equipped to play the position. He's so versatile, that he could play, power forward. He can play center. And my guess is when he was growing up, he actually handled the ball a lot until he got to the point where he was so big. So he probably could play some small forward as well. But he's not equipped, to defend and to play this position on a full-time basis. Andrew Bynum is. He's a true center. He'll play his career over 270, 280 pounds at his size and his athletic ability, his ability to clog the paint, rebound, which is something that concerned me the whole playoff series, whether it was Denver, Utah, San Antonio. I thought that was the one area that we were weakest at going into the playoffs. And he's a good shot blocker. He'll be a better shot blocker in a year or two. But just his presence and his size alone in the paint and his ability to rebound, would give us the biggest opportunity to improve this team during the offseason.
Just as part of management, what's your feeling about Kobe and Powell playing in the Olympics? Obviously, I know they want to do it, but Mark Cuban has been someone who's been opposed to it in the past. How do you guys feel about two of your primary guys doing that?
Yeah, it's hard. I played in one of those tournaments many, many years ago, so it's hard for me to say a player shouldn't experience that. From a personal point of view. From an organizational point of view and a selfish point of view, you'd like your players, in particular those that play through June, to get nothing but rest. But when it's your country involved, and your players are clearly passionate about it, I don't know how you can step in and say it's not something that we want you to do. I just don't know how you do that. Clearly, when you play till June, rest is the most important thing. But it's not in their mindset. The European players, it seems like every other year they're playing in the summer, whether it's the European Championships or it's the Olympics. And I know for Kobe, he's looked at the Olympic experience, at least twice. And this is his third bite at the apple. I don't think he wants to be considering playing in the Olympics when he's 34 years old. So, it's a mixed bag in terms of what our preferences are as an organization, but we could never say no to how they feel about this.
Mitch, you're looking ahead at the draft here. Are you going to try and move up, or are you okay with where you are? I know how
I was trying to move up to 57 or 56. Yeah. I have to trade a future second to get up there. As I speak, Ronnie Lester's upstairs. We got our board open. We've worked out a bunch of players, but not nearly as many as we have in the past because we can't get them to come in. We don't have a first-round pick. And we'll continue to work out players next week. The list came out on Monday of all the players that, removed themselves from the draft. And we like the draft. First of all, Ronnie always likes the draft. Okay? But we seem to, embrace the draft when it comes. We always feel we can get a player, whether it's in the 20s or in the 30s, and quite frankly, we'll get somebody at 58. So, the opportunity to move up in the draft, I don't know how you do it right now. You could always trade a pick for a pick, but we already traded 2 first-round picks to get Powell. So you'd be talking about something, 5 or 6 years down the road, if you can do something like that. There are a bunch of teams in the NBA that have multiple picks. Maybe they'd look at changing a second for a second, which wouldn't get us into the first round. It would just get us maybe closer, or a better pick in the second round. So those are things we'll look at. I think our primary, concern right now is addressing our free agent situation during the offseason and looking at our roster, and if there's duplication, try to, address that issue.
You've had some success with second-round guys. I mean, your bench was largely made up of lower-round guys in the drafts. So you okay with that? I mean, you pick guys where you can get them, right?
Well, we've had a couple of picks since I've been here, that weren't really in the 20s. I remember with Eddie Jones, I'm talking about when Jerry West, I worked with Jerry, but Eddie Jones, George Lynch, Kobe, and then we had Andrew Bynum. So we're kind of used to drafting in the 20s, and I guess that's a good thing. Like I said earlier, we have confidence, that if we have a pick in the 20s or if we have a pick in the 30s, we'll find a player.
Mitch, will you guys be going to Las Vegas for the Summer League again?
Yes, we will. We will have our camp here for 3 or 4 days. We may play a game here. I'm not sure if it would be open or not, to the media, but we'll go to Vegas and we'll play 5 or 6 games in Las Vegas.
Do you recall what the dates are of that offhand?
Vegas?
Yeah.
I think the first game would be the 11th of July.
Is there anyone on the roster right now that you see playing in the summer in Vegas?
Kobe Carl.